And then one would ask, why do we have four gospels if they are all saying the same thing? Well, they are not all saying the same thing, or they have one message, but it's the same message from different perspectives. The same message from different perspectives. So we've seen that Luke's goal is history and chronology. John's goal, look at what John says is his goal. In John chapter 20, verse 31, John 20, 31, the Gospel of John says that John 20, 31. Are you there? So, but these are written that you might believe that Jesus is Christ, the Son of God, and that believing you might have life through his name. So John is saying that his goal is evangelism. So John wrote for the sake of evangelism. That is why everything we saw on believe, what must I do to be saved, was gotten from John. John 5:34, John 3:36, John 11:25. These are all John, because John is writing so that you can believe. Mark's goal is brevity, because Mark was very brief, just 16 chapters. And then in Mark's gospel, you see things like straightway, you see things like immediately. I wonder if Mark had a wife, because it was so, I wouldn't say impatient, but his goal was brevity, right? Matthew's goal was to prove the genealogy of Jesus. That is why Matthew would open, these are the books of the generation of Jesus. Then he begins from Abraham, 14 generations from Abraham to David, 14 generations from David to Jesus, and at Jesus the genealogy terminated. So Matthew's goal is to prove to anybody that you can go to Israel and ask of these names, and they will tell you for a fact that Jesus was not just an alien. Matthew's goal is that Jesus was not just an alien. He was not a bastard. He didn't just appear and say, "Come unto me, all you are layman and every guy in Israel." No. Jesus had ancestry. He had a father, he had a mother, and this was Matthew's goal, to trace the lineage of Jesus. Because the incarnation is very important in the defense of the gospel. Very, very important. He was never a man, he never died, he never died, he never resurrected, he never resurrected, and his faith is failed. So, the incarnation is very crucial. So there is a genealogy, there is an ancestry, and there is proof that we can trace.